Hi guys. I slept in a little bit this morning, so this will be a little later than usual, but here we go. The card this week has 3 sections. This longer one is 1.5 by 5. Then this one is 2 1/8 by 2 7/8. And this is 2 1/8 by 2. So, and this is how I put it on this one. The mat in back is 5 by 4. Excuse me. The mat in back is 4 by 5 1/4. And I did papers that are from the same pack for this one, and just cut out a flower for the embellishment, and added a greeting. And then I cut a pattern from one of the pattern papers from that package as well. Added some to the envelope like we like to do. Now we're going to do one together. And this one is Christmas. Never too early, right? So we have our regular 8.5 by 4 1/4. I should have woken up first. Okay, let me start again. This is our regular 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I have a red mat for this paper that's 4 by 5 1/4. We'll put that on. Ooh, this is new glue. That came out fast. Glad I wasn't too close to the edge. And I try to leave an even border around. And then we have our 1.5 by 5 strip. And I'm going to put it on the left side leaving a border. And then I'm going to I cut this one from some decorative paper I had. And it's a coffee mug with a peppermint stick and whipped cream. And this is 2 1/8 by 2 7/8. And I'll leave the same kind of a border. And it leaves a little bit more between the decorative papers. Then I had a 2 by 2 1/8 that I stamped with Merry Christmas. And I just used plain white. So there's your top without any embellishment. And then I'm going to 3D this. I cut out another cup from the paper, and I'm just going to 3D that on. Whoops. There. Okay. And I'm just going to slant that a little bit so that it kind of is kitty corner to all the 3 papers we already have down there. So there's your front. Now the inside, I just took a strip of the Designer Series paper with the cup, and I haven't cut it yet, so I'm going to put glue on the back and decide to cut top and bottom or one or the other. It has cups, 2 cups, partial cups, so I'm going to make sure they are on the on the card. So I'm going to cut a little bit off from each on this one. there's nothing to match, so you can decide what you want. And then I had cut out a different cup from that designer series paper, and I'm just going to glue it flat. On here, like so. So there it is. And I had already stamped the sentiment on the inside. So there's the one we make together. Now for the others. This one I used that bird paper that we all seem to like a lot, and just cut one out for the embellishment, and did a strip from that pack of designer series paper and added the sentiment. This is again the daisy paper, but it's different papers from that pack, so it's a totally different look, kind of. And I just cut a little border flower and put it in the border up there. So you can always use your little pieces somewhere. And then I put the greeting in here, the sentiment in here, and another strip. This one, I had some of this paper and I haven't used it for a long time, and I thought this would be fun. Have a stellar birthday. And did the planets in the sky, and then cut out a planet. And again, I tried to hit all three of the papers. I just like that look, but you could put it any way you wanted. And then I cut, again, things that were right on the edge that you wouldn't think to use on the front maybe, but you could certainly do it here. And put the sentiment on. I think I used the sentiment for the same sentiment for all of them except this one, because this I did Thanksgiving. I have a hard time with Thanksgiving cards, but I really love this layout for Thanksgiving. So again, the two decorative papers and your greeting, and then cut one of the pumpkins from there with the leaves and put it. It does overlap, but not much, but this is busy, so I did that way. And then I cut some of the designer series paper for inside with the sentiment. And with every one, I did an envelope. So I hope you will give this a try with some of your papers. It's fun, it's fast. Once you decide what you're going to do, it's fast, because to me anyway, it's the deciding. And then once you get your DSP, all you do is pick a mat that will coordinate with it, and you're on your way. So give it a try and have some fun. Hope you have a wonderful weekend and week. Thank you for watching. Bye.